Hello, hello, hello. What's going on Facebook and YouTube? I'm just going to get Instagram right here. What's going on, everyone? It's Kim and the SAV, Kim out of Savannah, Georgia of BetterBodyCrew.com. And so, guys, listen. I'm looking around like I actually have the book. Okay. I told you guys about this book that I was reading called Sell It Like Serhant. Now, I personally love a lot of different types of shows. I also love reality shows, the ratchet ones and the ones that be spitting that wisdom. So Sell It Like Serhant, no, million dollar listing. He had that before Sell It Like Serhant. But $1 Million Listing is about these New York multimillionaire real estate agents. And so you guys know I am a fan of, hey Brandy, I am a fan of successful people, business principles, things of that nature, anything along those lines. So his book is one I've been meaning to get for some time. I recently got it and I love it. It's funny. It has a lot of really good things in there. And unlike a lot of books that I listen to, there's some new stuff. Hey Shantae, there's some new stuff that I haven't heard of. So we all know about follow up. We've always heard the phrase follow up, the fortunes in the follow up, whatever the case may be. But I've never thought about, and this is something that Ryan Serhant talks about, follow through and following back. So really, really quickly, we're going to go over those just so that because it really, for me, just hit home. It's going to definitely make a difference in my business, I know for a fact. So here we go. Follow up, we all know about. It is when you have started communications with someone who wishes to do business with you, and you are basically contacting them. Again, we're not just contacting them like, hey, you ready yet? But contacting them with value. Hey, listen, I know the last time we spoke, you said you wanted to lose 10 pounds. Has the number changed? Chances are it has. Or something like, hey, I know the last time we spoke, you said you wanted to lose 10, 15 pounds. Just saw this testimony from a young lady who lost 20, and I thought of you. Here, and you shoot it to the person. Follow up with value. Don't just follow up to be like, you ready? All desperate and needy and stalkerish, right? Follow up with value. It is when you are talking to someone that has already started the process of communicating with you, and you're trying to get to that point of doing the transaction. Now, some people use follow up to also refer to what you do after the transaction is over. Like, still follow up with them and make sure everything is okay. But with Ryan Serhant, what he says is that that's called follow through. Like, you're following through on your promise to deliver. Because oftentimes the actual transaction is not what they want. They want the result from buying the product or service that they got from you. You see what I'm saying? So it is not about, okay, I got to call that person back. It is not just about the money. And I say this all the time to my clients, and I say it because I mean it. It's, for me, it's about the testimony. So yes, I can sell you the products, but we're not done here until you have your transformation, until you have your better body. That's going to require you and I working together as accountability partners. Number one, you have to plug into my groups. You have to respond back when I ask you emails. Don't run from me because you haven't been eating like you should or doing the things that you dedicated yourself or committed yourself to doing. Still hold yourself accountable, right? But that follow through part is very, very important. I make a lot of money in my company simply because so many reps don't follow through. So once a transaction is done, they're like, got my commission, right? They got that commission breath. Click the link in my bio. Nothing wrong with saying that. But if that's all you're doing to support the customer, if you don't have any private groups, I recently talked about the fact that my team has a private webinar for our customers called Beyond the Plate, because it's not just about what you're eating. It's not just about any one thing. It's not just about the products. It's not just about what you're eating. It's not just about the exercises you're doing in the gym. It's a combination of a whole bunch of things. And that's what we discussed at Beyond the Plate, right? So that follow through is important. Don't just get your money. Make sure they get their happiness, their satisfaction, whatever it is they came to you for. Follow through. So that's after the transaction, really, or it's basically keeping your word. It can actually be during the transaction too. So it can be during the transaction or after the transaction. But you and that person are still in communication, and you are making sure that every single promise that you gave, you are delivering on, regardless of whether you got your money already or not. So that's the follow through. I really like that follow through thing, because you guys know one of my favorite of the 4 agreements is be impeccable with your word. So it runs along those same lines, follow through. Now the last one, I never gave any thought to. It is follow back. follow back. Y'all got to get this book, Sell It Like Serhant. So he tells a story in the book about how he met somebody at a party. They exchanged numbers. He sent a thank you, like a hey, nice to meet you email while he was in the elevator leaving the party, because he's like, I always contact people as soon as possible, right? Because most people don't do that, right? So you want to do what the masses don't do. You always want to be in the minority. So he sent the email, and then comes out that developer that he met, because this is real estate now, already had a broker for a building that he just built, and he really wanted that building. But because now, so this person is already in communication with somebody else. So follow back is when somebody is not trying to do business with you. You just cross paths. You would like their business, but their business already belongs to someone else. So you don't poach them, because that's a seed. That's a harvest. That's a seed you don't want to plant, because you don't want to reap that harvest, right? So we're not going to poach any customers, but all we're going to do is just basically keep in contact with the person to just still let them know, hey, if you need anybody else that needs my services or anything like that. Things are changing all of the time. I know, again, I'm going to use my business as an example. Reps quit every day. Every day. Again, a big competitive advantage I have is the fact that I've been with this company since 2015. When people hear me speak, when people see me over and over and over again, when they can go to my posts and scroll years back and say she was doing the same thing back then too, they have more confidence and they have more faith in me. And given the fact that reps are signing up and quitting every single day, I'm always reaping harvest for seeds that I did not sow. There's always what I call orphan customers, so to speak, who don't have a rep anymore. Their rep quit, or they never had a rep to begin with. They went to the company. So just because, and this is what I used to do, like when people would reach out to me, I would say, have you ever tried our products before? If they say yes, I'd be like, okay, well, go back to the person that you bought them from. But now I dig further to say, okay, so what's going on right now? Why are we in communication? Because if you tried them before, I'm familiar with my customers. I know you didn't buy them from me. So what are we doing here? And then from there, the person usually tells me, oh, I can't find the person, or they don't do it anymore, or I accidentally ordered from the company and now I've seen your videos. I want your support. So that follow back is when somebody has already been doing business with someone else, but you make your presence known. You always let them know that you are impeccable with your word, and you always keep them aware of your services should the person with whom they're doing business ever falter. Because the bottom line, and guess what? Going back to that story, Ryan Serhant, he sent the email. The developer already had a broker, but the broker did a bad job. So halfway through the transaction, they fired that broker. And like 4 days before the launch of this building, they contacted Ryan and was like, hey, you know, every now and then you follow up with us. We need you to do this. And he launched something that usually takes 6 months and 4 days and made it was like a $17 million project or something crazy like that. But just because he followed back with that person, he didn't say, oh, they already have a broker. Oh, well. No, he still made them aware of his services and his presence. And because he was so consistent and good with following back around, making sure that everything was okay, they hired him, and they still to this day have like a long-term working relationship. So that is the difference between follow up, follow through, and follow back. I absolutely love this concept. I will definitely be thinking about it. There are some things that, you know, when you hear them or you read them, they just stick, right? And this is one of those things. I've never heard this before, so I'll be thinking and marinating on it, sharing it with my team so that they can stay consistent to follow not just up, but follow through, keep your word, and follow back. Did you ever hear of this concept? Excuse me. Have you read the book Sell It Like Serhant? Did I make you want to read it? Drop a comment down below. Let me know. Other than that, Instagram, follow me. YouTube, hit follow and see first. And Facebook, hit follow, see first. And YouTube, subscribe and bang the bell to the right thing down. So every time I upload a new video, you'll be the first to know. Bye, y'all.